the staff for the student center.
All right, here we go. So Dembo and Smith, I don't think they've ever teamed before.
Yeah.
So weird thing, Dembo finally realized how to wobble. He's always known how, but he couldn't do it because he'd get too nervous.
Right. So he's finally started just like figured it out.
Which is actually really, really cool on Ices and teams, because for wobbling, it's sort of like you're forcing the other person to act, and then so they have to stop fighting who they're fighting and run at you.
Ooh.
Nana just got rocked.
Snags that Nana there. So an important thing for the blue team to do in this matchup, it's really kind of in Smith. The ball's in Smith's court here to really make things happen, because if he can keep, if he can let Dembo like target somebody and get a punish going, then
it's curtains.
Ouch! Yeah,
that person's dead. And
but I mean, a wobble takes a long time, so really what he wants to do are like really damaging like handoff punishes.
Yeah, and so like young Link himself can be really good at space control if you're playing him that way. And Ices can't. Ices are really really bad at
they don't
space.
they don't have a lot of overlapping skills, which is a good thing. It's a lot better of a team than you would otherwise think.
I like that Dembo charged that smash there to get the damage, because if he'd started wobbling, Puff would have respawned, he would have gotten less damage out of it overall. Because with the Puff with invincibility, Smith couldn't have done anything about it.
Yeah, for the green team, they just play their awesome team with all of their kill power and ability to just kind of like run all over the stage and control it.
It looks like they're having trouble catching Smith though.
Yeah.
He's Young Link is an annoying character if you haven't really played against him. Both of these are, and there's a really good chance neither of these people have played very much against these characters.
I wouldn't say that, but Smith is definitely a better player than. I know he's a slightly better player than Flamingo, and I can imagine that since Austin hasn't been playing much recently, that he's probably a little rusty / kind of out of his element a little bit.
And I was about to say that Dembo's playing a lot better than I've seen him play in Nashville recently, and then he killed his teammate, but he still is. He's just a little more on point than he has been. That's good to see.
Oh.
This is a bad idea.
Can he get, he almost gets the save out of there. Nana makes it back. Yeah, Jigs is going to kind of, has the ability to clean this up if Flamingo can get on it.
I think it's a lot safer.
There it goes, there's that smash, yep.
Yeah, it's a lot safer to just stay as the Sopo. Like in doubles, you kind of have to resign yourself to playing Sopo a lot. And
which is
not terrible.
It's fine, yeah. Like you don't have as many things to like kind of distract the other team with in terms of like what they have to worry about. But see, there you go. There's a wobble into and he was lucky that he had it at such a high % to start with, so he was able to actually like use the wobble.
Yeah. You could see him kind of dropping it towards the end there.
I wasn't sure if Smith was going to go for a really risky down air. Would have killed.
Ooh, that was so greedy. Dembo just running smashes through the edge, hoping that Puff would do something dumb.
Yeah.
So you never want to have hope be in your game plan.
Nope. It doesn't work that way.
That word's not good for, I hope they're going to mess up. It doesn't work.
Oh, that's unfortunate right there.
He should be dead here.
Yep.
That was good.
Flamingo's able to get to the ledge and get it. So now Smith has to like kind of turn this around.
I don't want to say this is undoable, but it's hard.
Yeah, especially at the percents he's at. Oh, especially he almost like landed on him. He could have like rested him just like out of it.
I mean, even at 128, if the Sheik hadn't autopilot down.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's going to be it for game 1.
Not bad, though. I have a feeling Dembo's going to switch, but I don't want him to. Ices and teams are not great.
Ices are hard to use in teams.
It's hard to use a character that doesn't really have an air game when you're playing teams.
Sometimes.
It's especially hard to use a character that half of you dies almost immediately.
It depends on, it's way more difficult to not have that as an option when you need it. However, like you can to some extent play around it. So it's just kind of.
And like the characters that have really, really strong punish games that kind of rely on it, you see not as often in teams. Falco and Ices. I think I had one more example, but I can't remember it. It's like because the punish game in teams isn't as guaranteed.
Right.
That's
well,
at least how I see it.
see, I like Falco in teams, but
Falco's still good in teams.
that's just me.
But a lot of people.
I know a lot of people that think he's terrible in teams, and I'm like, no. How can a character that can like zone out 2 other characters
And save their partner at the same time.
yeah, be bad in teams? It just requires what it really requires is an understanding of his limitations. Oh, now that is not a way you want to start out game 2.
It is not.
It was like insta death for Dembo.
And that's the secret to this matchup for the Puff player. Is
Oh.
that she's probably dead there.
Yeah, she would have been dead, I think.
The Nana can get rested by Puff, almost guaranteed.
There he goes.
free.
He answers back.
That's good though.
Yeah. So now it's really up to Smith to kind of prevent Flamingo from getting some really obnoxious things. Okay, I'm not really sure what was going on there. Spot dodge, down smash.
Another problem they're having is Smith can't really use his boomerang in a lot of the ways he wants to because it'll desync Nana, and once Nana's desynced, she'll get rested.
That is a really good point, actually.
Yeah, it's really hard because like, see this boomerang now is dangerous for Ices. Just turned him around, they couldn't get the back air.
Oh, we'll take that. That was interesting. So now they're actually up in stocks, slightly.
You could see that the Puff just wanted to walk up and do that.
Oh, Nana's not able to. He's able to get out.
At that percent, it's a lot easier to do the Blizzard into the rest, or into the wobble.
Well, that's like a free 40%. Because Blizzard locks you into grab, and you can't mash out while it's going on.
Yep. You can do a guaranteed wobble out of the Blizzard, but it's hard, and you have to start it with down tilt.
Yeah.
And down tilt wobbling has a little bit more of a leniency to it, which is actually why Nintendo dropped that wobble against Mango recently.
Oh,
would have won him the set.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
That
so
was a crazy good punish right there.
He got it. Icy's punish game.
There was so much damage. I'm not really sure how he did that because normally it breaks.
It happens.
I need to learn why the what the grab break properties are.
Like I know most of Icy's tech because I was an Icy's main for a year, but I don't know why that happens still, and I can't find anywhere that knows.
I mean, it just has to do with how it has to do with the properties of grabs and stuff. Like, there's usually like a certain. I'm just gonna stop because I don't even know if it's a certain knockback threshold or.
It has to do with Popo's headbutt or his pummel hitting before Nana's forward smash knocks them away, which is like a very, very tight timing, but happens a lot for some reason.
It's a cool trick, nonetheless.
He should take this talk.
Yeah, he definitely should.
He's not going to, though, it looks like.
I think Smith said he's okay with it, which is, I mean, it's risky, but
it's reasonable.
It's better. I think better Young Link in this matchup than Icy's.
Yeah, if he thinks he's going to be in the 2v1, then
you kind of give up the ability to have 2 characters, but you know, you have to kind of pick your battles a little bit. And I feel like a lot of people don't believe that that's the case. They feel like it's better to have 2 characters and just try not to like have the one character that would be better in the 2v1 live. I don't know how I feel about that. Like you give up the ability to have 2 characters, but then you run the risk of running into like the situation where the character that you don't want 2v1ing being the one character that's left.
Yeah, and imagine if right here this was Ice Climbers, and that's still a 2v2, but it's a really bad 2v2.
Yeah,
it's
this is like barely doable for Young Link. I feel like Ice Climbers is way worse.
Oh, that was so unfortunate.
That was smart.
And
that'll like all he has to do is get a couple of bomb hits, and he's reaching right now.
Honestly, Young Link is.
Okay.
Oh, it's not over. Oh, wow. Smith popped off, but it's not over.
He thought it was done. See, now it's doable. Now he's up. He's winning.
Yeah, now he needs to not get hit by most moves.
I mean, it's just it's Young Link Puff, pretty standard.
You can see some nerves though.
Yeah, he's really hesitant to like throw stuff out there.
He needs an up air.
Yeah. Well, he needs an opening. That's what he needs.
Down air.
He's content to just throw projectiles at him, just build damage. Although he might be missing his window for getting a conversion off of his projectiles. Oh, that could have been it.
Oh, and you know,
honestly, could have down smashed him right there, and that would have been it.
Link is probably one of the best 2v1 characters in the game. The more I think about it.
See, he's going for damage conversions instead of kill conversions.
This is so scary because he could easily time the puff out now
Yeah.
with the amount of damage he's done. Oh, scary.
Yeah, at this point, he's pretty safe. He just needs to needs to avoid being hit.
Like, Puff has 3 minutes to do this. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in a timeout, but I don't want it to.
I mean, Smith, they're facing eliminate. Well, yeah, they're facing elimination at this point. So.
Yeah, because this has to be losers.
Oh, that was actually pretty
scary,
smart.
Scary. It's over.
Wow.
They're popping off. They're bumping fists, but that's game 2.
Do we have a bracket link?
It's definitely game 2. They need to play a 3rd game. They were so excited about that 2v1.
That was. Oh.
Kablam. Oh.
Boom.
I love instant replay. Oh, hey, he made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just edited
He saw
that.
it and he's like, oh, he's not done. Okay.
That overlay used to not have the commentators currently in the corner, and he edited that in the car on the way here. That's how good this guy is.
It's pretty cool. Dang.
Oh.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yep.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, so we just have a button on the computer, you hit it, and...
Smith is sitting there watching. You can see him like right back there.
Oh yeah, just gets to see his own instant replay up there. It's a little bright for the projector right now.
Yeah, it's kind of washed out. But
We were talking about maybe getting Canada Cup going up on that projector or one of those, so that we could watch Kevin, but
it's kind of a pain to get those down.
it looks like it.
I hear they cost money.
Is there just a button that pulls them down, or do
Oh,
you
yeah.
need like a giant...
They can just drop them down the same way that this one goes.
Okay. It's not the old school ones where you have to get the really, really long stick.
No, they're. This is a top of the line facility in terms of events.
It is. It's the little things too. The water fountain out there has a button on top, and you can push it to fill up your water bottle. I love that.
I mean, that's kind of I feel like that's more of a university thing because they have those all over campus.
See,
because they're like, hey, we want to do our part for conservationism.
Yeah, and we don't want to have that one person filling up his water bottle on the tiny.
Yeah, that's just weird.
It takes forever. Everyone's waiting.
They have some of them that's just like by itself. It's like just a water bottle refilling station, and there's no drinking fountain attached to it.
I wouldn't be opposed to Dembo changing characters here. Because it's their counter pick, and there are some stages where Ices are just not really able to hold their own in teams.
Yeah, they have stuff that so many considerations.
Battlefield, if they go to Battlefield, it's really, really, really hard for Ices.
Definitely.
They can't cover that
I think they know already.
vertical space.
I think they have already decided what they're going to do, so I haven't seen.
I'm going to guess Dreamland, and they're going to go...
I mean, if they go Dreamland, he's probably going to stay.
The Dreamland's not bad for either of these teams.
Yeah, Young Link is kind of okay with it, just because he can kill them.
And you saw
it's
like,
harder. It's good for him because he has room to maneuver.
like in that 2v1 where he had a little bit more room than Dreamland, but he had room on a Pokemon Stadium. He was able to hold that for 3 straight minutes against the Puff,
Right.
just racking on damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a missed rest.
I
Which
mean,
ended
that's really how you have to do that. So good on him for clutching that one out. That was pretty intense.
Yeah, that was great. I love that we got it on stream. We got it with the instant replay. There's a lot of mistakes from the green team nerves, like the grab that ended up letting Smith hit them both off and then the missed rest.
Mm-hmm.
But Smith was playing amazing, so he deserved it. Falco, okay. I feel like the Young Link was the one putting in the work here, though. So this is a little strange.
Smith also has a Falco, so
He does. His Falco, I don't know, is it better than his Young Link at this point?
I would suppose so.
That's fair. I feel like Young Link in teams, though, that's where he gets to be a character,
Mhm.
you know? And he won't have the
Somewhat.
boomerang messing up Dembo here.
Yeah. I mean, he'll have lasers, but it's a little easier to work around.
I guess Dembo doesn't want to go his Peach secondary because of the Puff. That might be what's
because
going
like you said, Battlefield.
Oh, he doesn't hate Battlefield as much
So
as
we got
I
a
do.
Fox instead. We got Foxy's Fox.
Oh, that fits. Well, Dembo, again, his Nana dying in the
Oof.
first 10 seconds of the match.
Well, but Smith's been putting in a lot of work lately, especially with his Falco. So
Oh, that up air was nice.
that
Didn't
ain't
kill
that ain't
though.
Fox, but
It's funny. This
Oh,
is actually.
don't go for that. Kill it. There you go.
Ooh, the Fox Puff team is something that Dembo has experience with because we have a NEG TS3D and NEG Laser in Nashville.
Yep. Oh, we got ceiling glitched. That's unfortunate.
Ooh, ceiling glitch. That's so rare for these characters.
Happens a lot more in teams because of the ability to like get hit out of doing something.
Yep. It's you get hit when you're being pushed back after you hit a shield.
Oof.
More people are getting to know that lately because of A.B.A.T versus STJ.
Oh my, that was not even, that's like a whole different subset of what that glitch does.
Yeah, but a lot of people learned how it works and now they know, so they can do it.
That's weird to me. I mean, I guess it's kind of neat.
It's the same thing. It's getting hit when you get pushed back by a shield and you're still sliding. But
like the delayed factor.
Nana's gone again.
How it factors in, or it takes effect at a like completely different time. It's very strange.
Yeah, it's until you hit the ground again. As long as you're in the air after you get hit, you stay.
See, that doesn't make sense to me because A.B.A.T actually like bounced off the platform.
Oh no, if you watch, he didn't. He it looks weird like he did, but he didn't.
See, now that makes no sense.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so you can bounce off the ground. I didn't know that.
Because he was in, yeah, he was in like ground bounce.
Oh, that was so good, but it wasn't good enough.
Ouch. He tried to save him. The lasers actually like didn't do a whole lot of good for the team there.
I mean, so he was gonna die because he was in his up B animation and he missed it.
Yeah.
So the laser helped, but
ouch.
I mean it's gonna take more than that to save Sopo.
Yeah.
Right there, I would have liked to have seen a nice block, but he gets it anyways. This is looking a lot more rough than their previous match.
Yeah, Flamingo's actually done a lot of work this game in terms of conversions. And there we go, that down air.
That's good.
Come closer to evening it up. They still, I'm trying to figure out which character they need to focus on more. Oh, that's unfortunate.
He got periwinkled, he slid off and died.
Yeah, so this time he definitely has to take it.
He needs to get some of those Ices punishes that just, you know, destroy a character stock.
Yeah.
Deletes it. But those are so hard to get in doubles. Especially against a team that can get the Ices this fast.
Yeah, and Smith, of course, is just like taking so much damage.
Oh,
well, I mean, they needed that. Oh, that's gonna do it.
Okay, well, Nana's about to die and then rested. There they go. They had that game too. I think Young Link was really working better, but Battlefield was hard for them.
Kept it respectable.
I wonder what they banned.
I don't know.
They probably banned Dreamland. Unless, do you know if Congo Jungle is legal here?
No.
I hope not.
It is not.